We're gonna go over Timmy candles. We'll just do ES. It has better candles. Get rid of. Maybe only earn a 90. Let's scroll back a little bit. So Timmy candles are dojis, small body candles like this right here. Very little, just a couple tick body, no body. Uh, Inverted hammers. This is a bearish pin candle. Anyways, that's what we're looking for. We'll go to pre-market here and just kind of mark them as we go. Not pre-market, but we'll go before open to see what we find before coming into pre-market, and then we'll move them around, kind of see. Make sure my mic is on. Yeah. And we'll move to higher time frame ones also. Had one here. Small bodied right here. Then we wait. On to, even got a W right here off of it, or an inverse. There's your M all the way back down. But they're pretty much just like support and resistance. So coming over here into open. We'll come into this one because it's right there open. Pre-market high. We'll leave that one there at pre-market low just because. Coming into open. As you can see, support and resistance all day. So if you don't mark any and you're trying to figure out how to play, trade idea. Boom. Easily come over here because we haven't really broke that one. But just support and demand. Ones I prefer to use. So let's look at this right here real quick. Should have kept it there. Shouldn't have moved it. So when they haven't been broken and back tested, I like to leave them. If we run through them, like the ones I had marked and we We just ran through them like they were nothing, never really tested them. I like to leave those. Just because I want to see some action in them. So coming in here. So this one was tested, broken, pretty much back tested, fell. So move that one there. And what we want to see is I'm going to come over here, mark this guy here. So, want to see the one around that's around pre-market low as of right now. Now, as you can see, there to there, right there at open. Just support and resistance. That's all. That's really all it is. Kind of like little supply zones, little demand zones. But I mean, even coming back and through. So ones that I really like are like these right here. Got a candle up, then we sell. Those are really my favorite ones, top and bottoms. All right, retest. Finally got up into here. Broke it. Couldn't hold, sold off. So since we broke it, made one kind of it's in its place, we just moved this over. There's your next entry. Broke through, chopped around. So once we broke through here, I'll automatically move it. All the way back up to the one we had at the top. So intraday, you just want to once they're made, boom. And boom. Not always going to get a trade out of them, but wake that boy up. So 1 hour Timmy, this is what we had marked for today. This guy right here. We'll take it to the 5 minute video. 5 minute. Pulled back down. And this Timmy candle at 10. We had this one down at pre-market low marked this morning. And this one right here also. Good Lord. Hey, Rocker, can you turn that down? You kind of see how they work out right here. This right here was one at 12:10 today. Hold on a second. All right. Go outside. So that was our 1 hour Timmy. Boom. To the top side. If I come in here, see if I can grab some of these guys right here. So coming in before open. The 28th. So a lot of times the 1 hours are really big. They're kind of hard to, per se, play off of. So I like to come in on a smaller time frame, like the 5, and find something that kind of fits its place, like that one right there. Where was that other one at? That was way up there. Yeah, so we got into it on the 4th. And now y'all can see why Musty got so mad, because every time we got up in here, I just said short. And if you come in here, pre-market, that's a little bit before. That was the turning point. And there was your move all day. So if I can't find them on the 1 hour, I'll go to the 4 hour, See if I can't find one. Today, that bottom one we had was off the 1 hour from the night, midnight. That was almost overnight bottom. Then we had this Timmy candle right before open, which we had a different one marked. But if I can't find one on the 1 hour, I like to come over to the 30. See if I can't find one that hasn't been tested. Let's look. Let's take a... So big. Let's find one before it open. Oh, that one's not bad. Just a couple tick body. The 9th. Support. There's your W. We broke out. You move up. Got your Timmy candle here. Replaced by this guy here. And then Jimmy, I think it was this day that shorted the 30 MA and the Timmy candle. I was just talking about the 30 MA. But there's your end of day move. So right here, this is a pin candle. If you see these intraday, they have a long wick, perfect closed body. A lot of those get retested a lot, especially like right before open if you find any, or in the open market. And they're usually a good short right too. As you can see, we pulled right back into it and then pumped. Then the highest Timmy candle we would have, this guy right here, which we broke straight through on that massive, well, that was a massive pump. So for me, you find them around supply, demand. So like if you come over here to the 4 hour and you said, okay, well, I know that we had a lot of movement out of this area here. What is that, on the 30th? How do you play that? So remember, we're just on a 5-minute time frame. So we got a smaller little zone here. And you got a lot less risk, a little easier to manage. Anybody have any questions? So sometimes if we do not have any, like I'm going to delete this one, like NQ today, didn't have one up at the top, but I marked one anyways. So I knew ES had one here. So what I did is I took the high of the overnight pump to the high of this next candle because I didn't want to use this whole body because I felt like it would be too much. So made my zone smaller. but it's still lined up pretty much with ES. On NQ, which that's the one we had on ES.
You marking that as a doji?
Yeah, it's a small body candle. Uh, in the higher time frame, 4 or 5 ticks, 8 ticks, something that's just got a real small body. It's not very big.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was a 1 hour. Okay, yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Yeah, on the lower time frames, like the 5 minute, nobody, nobody to just a couple ticks, 2, 3, 4 at the absolute most. Uh, but right here, that's what I was talking about. These pin candles here. Let's change that one to red. So easy to play with it when we knife through it and close in it. But other than that, it gets pretty hard to try to play off those. But knowing that that's going to be retested, you can come down here and say, I want to see this hold. Do something kind of like, I do this a lot too. Well, but to give yourself something to actually play off of and out of versus uh, having some kind of huge supply zone, because if you came in here, here's your supply. How do you play that? It's over a $9.50 move. Most people's risk can't even, take that. So coming in before open, we're right at pre-market high. So as closest to top as we can get. When do we mark this morning? This one right here, because it's support. A little easier to play out of. Even here. So throughout, not throughout the day, but the one like the pre-market highs and lows, always leave those. I'll mark fresh ones. You'll see me post pictures with these zones, and that's all I'm doing is marking the Timmy candles. So a lot of times, like if we don't have one at top, just to make my zone, I'll try to take the two highest points, which that is 48.75 to 52.25, so less than a $4 box. So something just kind of like that, just to try to play out of. If there is, no Timmy candles at all, can't find nothing nowhere, because that is supply. Just looking at the move, and I posted before close the M right here that's completing, about to complete. So even coming over here where you have no pre-market, Here's your low. There's your previous day. So as you've seen, we came up through, put another one in, so we just moved this one up because there's no pre-market. So on and so on. Carry on and carry on. You know, like this one right here before the pump up that we had. You know, you'd mark that. And as long as you don't get too many boxes and into too many places, they're pretty easy to just kind of play off of. I mean, even so we didn't have any here going towards close. But even on, you know, SPX, 1 hour. What day was this? That was today, 11:30. So how do we make this smaller? No real setups out of it, but it's not like that every day. There's your move. Small bodied. There's your move. There's your move. If you look left, these were all broken over here. Right? Open up. Retest. There's your up move. Here's your little pin bar. We should come back down to retest this at some point in time. I'm probably going to leave that one there.
What's the range on that pin bar?
Oh, $7. The only reason why I'm putting it on the pin bar is because I'll probably go back and mark it on TradingView and write pin bar on it, just because I want to know that that's a pin bar. You can, oh, that one's on a flat top, but that one got retested, broke through it. SPY's really good about printing these before open, you know, within an hour of open. So here's one. I know it's a little longer than an hour, but that was the one I was marking. So you can see here on the 6th how that just kind of all worked out even after hours. Yeah, we sold off on that one. They're just good to notate because a lot of times, more times than not, we come back and retest it. Almost retested that one. It's got a slightly ain't quite a flat top, but they're pretty good at coming back and retesting them once we pull away from them. You remember Alkies when I used to be like, oh, gonna go retest the 825 candle or the 1130 candle? That's all it was this pin bars.
Oh, okay.
Then we'd go retest it and everybody would be like, oh my god.
I usually don't look at the pin bars.
They're just good to notice. So like right here. I don't know about any other time frame. I mean, I'm sure they all work out exactly the same because everything works out on the same time frame. Just faster or slower depending on your time frame. Higher time frame, slower. But I prefer the ones that are like right before, within an hour or so of open. Uh, just for targets.
Is that a pin bar right there?
Whoa. Did I miss one? Which one?
Yeah, that one at the bottom is that like a dragonfly. What is that?
No, that's an inverted hammer. This one right here.
Yeah, you don't look at those.
Yeah. I use them as they're a doji, a Timmy candle.
I mean, shoot, two candles to the left. There's a doji right there too,
Yeah.
or whatever you call. Was that area test retesting?
Nope. Oh, it's not open. So on something like this right here, since there's not no Timmy candles close to open that are, I'm gonna take this guy right here. You either mark it or draw a line across pre-market high. But there's your support. So on these, what I like to see, is a break, the back test of it to take the reversal out of. No matter the time frame. Or, kind of like this right here, they become pretty good targets. But for me to trade this, if I'm not in it and I'm looking for a trade, that right there is what I'd want to see, is the back test of it. So no matter what it is, if I draw a line on a chart and you're trying to figure out what it is, how to play it, all I'm looking for is something like that or something like that. See if we can find any more pin bars. No one's not at the bottom. It's been a while since we've had pin bars as reversals. I'll go by in there, so that one's not even going to count. So like I said, no matter the time frame, we're still looking for the exact same move. Now I'm going to show y'all here in a minute a inverse Timmy sandwich. This is how that kind of worked out the next day. Got your manipulation down, broke it. So even though we came down, back tested, and left, we broke. We broke, we back tested, and then we reversed. Same move. All right, so inverse Timmy sandwich. So we came up here. No, well, this isn't a Timmy sandwich here. They're inverse. Right here. Here's an inverse. So if you come down here, mark your, let's just mark our support levels, because this comes in pretty handy knowing where support is. I like this right here a lot better. That took that high there. This is not a C. I'm not looking for a CISD or nothing like that. All I'm looking for is some kind of support. So if you look at all these, support, right? So Timmy candle, got a candle that actually, a red candle that closes below it. We start looking for support. So we opened under this one, not the support we're looking for. We've got another one. I'll show you multiple examples of this. Timmy candle, the body closed under the wick. We're looking for support, and where's our next line of support? Somewhere right in here. So we'll let that candle close, and if we can try to play the close of that red candle there to the left, this one right here, because you got 1, 2, 3 touches, so you got an area in here, but that's your inverse. You're looking for a reversal on the inverse, and I'll show you quite a few examples of this. So I'll come over here and mark our support. So on the indicator, when you see the little red box pop up, that's what this is. And this is actually an inverse Timmy sandwich right here on this pump. I mean, these are inverse Timmys, but this actual setup is the whole inverse Timmy setup. So support is going to be right in there. Okay. So for a short, using this as a short, what you want to see is this up top, right? So if we're up here and we see a Timmy candle, a green close above it, or a red candle close below it, we're shorting. And we'll find some of those. Those are pretty common. So a Timmy sandwich is a red or green Timmy candle, a green candle that closes above it, and then another Timmy candle after it for the short. So coming into support, because this candle right after the Timmy closed, so we're looking for support, and you come over here, and here's our closest support, which is like basically a little zone in there. And the reason why we say this is support is because every time we got in here, we moved out of it. And there's your move. So this does not count because it did not close below that wick there. This one here did. You're looking for support. We're a long ways away from it. So no real trade out of it. Unless you did something maybe like this right here. And still no. So right here, like I said, we want to see some kind of support. Oh, you dirty dog. Timmy candle, close below. There's our 940. Should be looking for reversal. That all held. We got our pump. Maybe not the pump wanted at that point in time, but pump that we got. And that's what we're looking for on reversals. Timmy candle, close below. We're not up here at the top. That one didn't close below. Man, it's been a while since we've had a actual Timmy sandwich. So, a Timmy sandwich, Timmy candle, green candle above. We get another Timmy candle, then that's our cue to fade. Something kind of like this right here. This next candle we want to short off of. There's your support.
Slow down.
Timmy candle closed below. Looking for support. There's our support. Timmy candle at top, closed below. We're at top. So not every time's a short, but almost always a short. Now if it's we haven't ranged much, like this one, we don't have much range. Timmy candle. Where's our support? That end down there is our support, and there we went. So, like I said, not too close to top. We ranged quite a bit. So if you were trying to long this, you close below it. Here's your support. Next candle broke it. Where's our next support? Does that make sense? So here, perfect world. This right here would have been a Timmy candle. Would have sold off. So let's go to NQ. I know an example. It was one candle off, I believe. So right here. Yeah. Timmy candle. Timmy candle. So like I said, it don't matter what time frame it's on. They all play out pretty much the same. But that's your move. That was your move on Apple's daily chart.
Wait, is that a sandwich right there?
Yeah. So you got a Timmy candle, a green candle that closed above, then another Timmy candle. And basically, next day, you got you short, right down to support.
Dude called it a Timmy sandwich.
Well, you got two Timmy candles
Nah, I get it.
sandwiched.
Yeah,
You
nah,
know
I
what I
get it.
mean?
No, that's the
Yeah.
cleanest one. That's the cleanest one that I've seen you show so far. Just
Yeah,
looks.
NQ prints them a little better. Uh,
Yeah, I wasn't understanding it fully. That's why I was like, slow down. But this one looks clean, so I can probably start visualizing other ones here from a little bit better.
yeah, so the inverse Timmy sandwich, it's hard to get a Timmy candle, a down closed candle, and a Timmy candle. We rarely do that. But you get these like right here, like I was talking about how we do them at top, and you want to short off of those. So on my trading view indicator, this it will make this red, or you can change the color, but it'll give you a signal, and then you're looking for a short off of it.
Which candle's your entry? Would have been your entry.
This candle here,
Okay, but the next one is a doji. That wouldn't that be a sandwich, or that's not a sandwich
no, it's not a sandwich. So
because it's not the third
yeah,
candle, second
yeah, they're
candle.
not, they're not, they're not right there together. But you want it at kind of like an up. Really, you want a kind of an uptrend. Like you want some range through the day, and then you set it up. Like when we don't have very much range, like like just say SPY, we used to hit 350, 326 every day. When we don't get that range, we're not in that range, and these usually don't work out like that. But when we've pumped and we make one of those, but I didn't know if you visualize this right here, because you asked the what the trade was, the entry. You can go ahead and see that we retraced up on that whole move and then down.
Yeah, after like an hour. I mean, there was a couple of scalps in there, but
So like right here, Timmy candle, Timmy inverse Timmy sandwich here, and we're on support.
hold on, slow down, because I only see one doji there.
Yeah, there on an inverse Timmy sandwich there is this one doji. Where what we're looking for is Timmy a Timmy candle or doji with a down closed red candle. It has to close below the bottom of the body. And then we start looking for support levels, whether it's fibs, whether it's looking left. These are lines that I already had drawn out, but as you can see, just looking left over here, lots of support. So here, down close below it, looking for support. The same Timmy candle was support. There's your move back up. So this isn't a Timmy sandwich, but there's your pin bar. Green candle closed above. There's your Timmy sandwich. There's your down move. Just pleasing to the eye, I prefer to see two Timmy, two dojis over anything else. Kind of like this right here. Small body, closed above, hammer, retraced, move down. Timmy candle. You mark all these kind of like support, but retrace back up. Never got your move. Right here, big old pin bar. Timmy candle. It's actually closed below the Timmy candle. So inverse. There's your move up. Okay, any questions, Alkies?
No,
Pretty simple. Almost a
no.
Timmy sandwich there. So I mean, like once we make a tim- a Timmy candle and we get it down close through it, we're still up here pretty close to top. Got an H pattern. So the first thing we're looking for is some kind of support, whether it's data candle. Yeah, no. Yeah, this was some kind of data here. You see what I'm saying? Some kind of support that we're going to play off of. And as a fib, that right there is our support. There's our bounce right back off of it. So right here's your inverse actual Timmy sandwich. Retest back up. There's your move down. There's our pin bar. Came back and retested over here. So sometimes I miss these. So I made the indicator. I haven't had it on, but turn it on sometimes just to see. Right here. Looking for support. I don't really see anything besides that there. Probably most touches right there. Anybody else have any questions?
I think they are. I think everybody has it locked down. I'm the only one that don't got it.
What? Yeah, we can.
Well, it's good to ask questions now.
Ask a question.
So looking for support here. You come over here. I mean, you can even do something like this right here. Bodies, most touches. Boom. So there's your Timmy candle, inverse Timmy sandwich. There's your move up. When was it? It was looking for a setup. I called a short. Said I liked it right here. I can't remember what day it was, and no, it wasn't the 7th. It had to be the 8th. Why do I keep coming back to the 9th? The 6th, maybe? It was on NQ. I don't remember what day it was. Yeah, right here. Inverse Timmy sandwich. Closed above. Another Timmy candle. Dogs chasing dang bobcat. But it's pretty easy, simple concepts. Uh, support, resistance, demand, supply on the higher time frames. Then you can use the Timmy sandwich, inverse Timmy sandwich. Uh, just because at high a day or low a day, if there's a Timmy candle up there, always mark it, leave it on there forever. They are just great tools. They're just indecisive orders. People generally just overlook them. I don't know why, but my dog sounds like a horse. Uh, but they're just great tools to play off, out of, support, resistance. Watch them build the patterns with them. Uh, are great tools. It's something I've back tested, traded with for a long time, and I don't know. I like them. I discovered them in 2022. I was learning one thing at a time, and I got to 2023 a year later, and these were posted in the Discord in the educational room, and I said, "Come back to." And whenever I went in the Discord, when I was going through stuff, I seen that, and I was like, "Crap, I need to learn that." Started learning, and I was thinking, "Holy crap, why didn't I start that earlier?" So one thing I recommend is Timmy candles, the dojis, the pin candles, the hammers, inverse hammers. We get a lot of inverse hammers on support, and it's almost always a reversal when they're on support. Anybody have any questions at all?
I'm good. Um, can you go over or on the next live? Can you go over the hammers and stuff a little bit more?
Yeah, yeah. They're just play them exactly the same. I'll go over the inverse hammers and see if I can find some pin bars, and
Yeah,
I'll go
keep the
over
pin
the
bars here.
the inverse. Uh,
Mainly because I just
Hammers.
want to see the ones that you pick out. Because sometimes I'm looking at the formations of them, and I know they can look different sometimes, but sometimes I overlook some of them because it doesn't seem like it's a pin bar hammer.
Well, a pin bar is normally got a flat top or flat bottom. It's got a wick and be a perfect, but a inverted, what I call an inverted, it's not. It is a red candle with a long wick, but a decent sized body, like a sledgehammer. Here, I'll share. I'll see. Found one. We'll make them a lot. So there's our little pin bar. Was it yesterday? So pin bar. Let's see here. Yesterday. We sold off at one point in time. What is weird, like NQ will make them sometimes more than ES does, or ES will make more than NQ. Hmm. I know we had one recently. Long pin bar. Where are you at? Let's go to ES. Where are you at? I know we had one recently. Hey, y'all need to get ready for bed. Dang, I know we had one sooner than this. So like this, where it's almost a complete flat bottom. It's an inverted pin candle, but normally they're right at support. And even though that looks super bearish, it's almost always a reversal. But we do them quite often. I don't know why I can't find them. Not seeing them, I should say. There's one, but I want it to be red. Come on. There's a little one, not big enough wick. But basically what we want to see is, some kind of support. Inverse Timmy sandwich. Man, all the way back to May? No way. I missed some someplace. Rudy. Dude, where are they? I know we made them. So this right here is an inverted hammer. Got a small body. Looks like a upside down hammer. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Inverted hammer. Oh, my sugar glider's awake. So normally you want to see this here, just not at top. Dude, I'm losing my mind. Here's one. Want a little bit more of a flat bottom, but still the same. You just want to see it come into support. Dude, no way. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. There's one. There's our inverse Timmy sandwich. Bottom ORB. Made another one right there. Inverse Timmy sandwich right here. Close below. There's our support. This never went anywhere. But yeah, you want to see red candles with a flat bottom, with a decent size, not a huge body, but bigger than a inverted small hammer into support. I can't believe I couldn't find those.
All good.
I know, was it? I want to say it was yesterday. Thought we had one yesterday. And it was on ES. No, it wasn't. It's the move I was looking for, but I thought it was a inverse a pin bar into support, but it wasn't. But you can use these, back test them, obviously. But support, resistance, supply, demand, bigger the time frame, the little more power they have. But that's all I got. I'll do another one tomorrow, and I'll just go over. I'll chart some pin bars and stuff tonight. But I appreciate it, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.